have you been wondering what is exactly the relationship between SEO and social media? Do you have a website and you are aiming to get more traffic, but also you are aiming to grow your followers on Instagram or maybe Facebook, or starting your own Facebook group because you understand that you truly need to build community? So you're debating between which of those things should go first. So today I want to talk about that. Let's talk about the relationship between SEO and social media in layman terms. So stay until the end. And if you like this information, don't hesitate to leave a comment, share, because that's the way that you can support our channel. And of course, we can keep creating content that fits your needs. If you and I have never met, I'm Jessica Campos, the recovered attorney that turned herself into a forensic digital marketer. And now I love helping entrepreneurs and marketing teams to build their brands and monetize them. So let's dive in. Let me start by telling you that I was in your shoes a few years ago. I was the one who was advocating for social media. And when it was the time to discuss SEO or even the importance of my website, I honestly thought that the website was just a placeholder. I didn't really put too much attention until somebody really opened my eyes into the world of content marketing and SEO. Today, we actually surpassed the 2 million impressions. And even though that number sounds like super impressive, to be honest with you, it's still not enough. We still have a lot to do when it comes to the SEO world. So every time when I go through the bumps and the things that I didn't know when I started and the things I wish I knew when I started, I feel like I should share this information with you so you don't have to suffer the pain that I've been suffering trying to navigate the waters of SEO. So yes, if you have not started with SEO, you should start. And I think it's safe to assume that you have not started because you don't have a clear picture of what SEO is. Well, I kind of need to tell you something. The best way that I can explain to you the value of SEO and all of the elements that go together is by understanding the definition of the World Wide Web, WWW. Probably you just say that word, but maybe you have never thought about it. We have the WWW, which is the World Wide Web. In the web, it's actually like the webs that spiders do. The webs are interconnected. That means that every single thing that you share in the World Wide Web should be interconnected. And what happens is there are algorithms by search engines like Google, for instance, who identified the data that is within the World Wide Web. SEO stands for search engine optimization. And here's the kind of the funny part. You cannot optimize what doesn't exist. And that's one of the fundamental kind of concepts that it is super important that you understand. So what happens, and in my case, I had my website out there, but my website was not communicating with Google the right way, which is one of the common errors that happen when people start sharing information on the web, but they're not conscious about the rules and the protocols and the order in the information that Google needs so that you register your website so that Google picks what exactly is your business about. And for that, I would say if you have not opened Google Search Console, please do your business a favor and open that account. Because one of the things that will happen when you talk to an SEO expert is they will need to see what Google is seeing behind your website. So when they see that, they are going to identify the opportunities. And guess what? When you see the opportunities, you then are going to identify what searches are leading those people to your website. And where are you missing the spots? If they landed to your website, what pages did they navigate? That, my friend, has a lot of insights. And probably when you're the business owner, you're kind of biased a little bit. And the way that you look at the information, you probably are like, oh, I don't like that website. It's so ugly. It doesn't work. Try to go beyond the aesthetics because guess what? Google doesn't care about the aesthetics. I said that Google doesn't really care about the aesthetics except for if your aesthetics are causing people to bounce back. But in terms of the code, it really doesn't matter. Now, sometimes your aesthetics are going to impact the speed of your website or how responsive your website is. So the concept of SEO takes in consideration the technical side of how your website was put together, along with the content that your website has and the opportunities that you have depending on what is your strategy when it comes to who is your target audience, meaning what potential customers you want to attract. So the concept of SEO is not just keywords, it has to do with a much bigger strategy. Now, one of the things that happens is that when you get access to SEO tools, your life is going to be so much easier because knowing exactly what people want is going to, number one, help you to create content that you didn't create before. And now you're not going to waste your time. And that same content, what you will do is to distribute it or share it in your social media. So no social media post is going to be vague or is going to be without any reason. Every social media post now is going to be strategically designed with the purpose of driving users to your website or driving users to other places where SEO is going to click in. If you have created content and you realize that your content is not really creating conversions, in that case, you are going to need to optimize that page. And that is what SEO experts call on-page SEO. You see, now I just told you technical SEO, on-page SEO, and I also mentioned to you the social media optimization, which will go along with our friends content strategy. And that is how you integrate all of those concepts together. If there's something that I want you to take away from this video is please take a look at your landscape. Log in into Google Search Console so you can see where you are at. In our case, I'm going to share with you here. We landed 2 million impressions, but that's not enough. So we want to optimize pages that have existing traffic with opportunities. And we can talk a little bit more about that. But for now, please open that account if you have not opened that before and share with somebody that can help you. If you don't have any trusted partners when it comes to SEO and website traffic and web design and all of that, and you really want to know what are your opportunities so you don't waste your time, so let's book a call. Let's discuss your opportunities and we can go from there.